What's going on, guys? Today we're talking about the e-commerce trends to look out for in 2021 and things you need to know and be on top of if you want to succeed with e-commerce in the next year. So there's been a lot of changes and a lot of movement going on due to the coronavirus, the pandemic, whatever you want to call it. And there's a lot of things that are changing and things that are becoming a lot more important and things that are becoming less important when it comes to e-commerce and the way you run an e-commerce store, whether it's Shopify or Amazon or you're selling on Walmart, whatever type of e-commerce store you have. And there's been a lot of movement due to the pandemic, people being quarantined, to more sales online. There's more e-commerce sales and they're growing at a very rapid rate. And not only is that just for during the pandemic, even after those trends are going to continue. And by 2021, e-commerce sales are estimated to be $5.5 trillion. So let's talk about a couple of these trends and how you can stay on top of these and how you can benefit from these. So one of the first trends is having a mobile-friendly website or mobile purchasing. Mobile is becoming a lot more prevalent with faster phones, more accessibility and ability on them. This year, over 50% of online sales were made through a mobile device. And in 2021, it's estimated that 73% of online purchases will be made through a mobile device. So something like a phone. So it's critically important that you have, if you have a Shopify website or whatever it is, that you are mobile friendly, that it's optimized for mobile. That's more important than optimizing for a desktop or something else. You need to be optimized for mobile. It needs to be easy to use. It needs to work because over 30% of shoppers abandon their cart if they find out a website is not mobile friendly. And 73% is a huge chunk of online sales. Imagine if you just took that away. You're missing the majority of your audience if you are not mobile friendly. So having something that is mobile friendly, that can load fast if there are slower internet speeds is critically important. It's critically important now because that's about half the traffic, but it will be even more so in 2021. And the next thing is going to be emails, SMS, ManyChat, or Facebook Messenger, whatever you want to call it, any means of communication. Now, recently, Facebook Messenger has become bigger and bigger, taking over email. But one of the biggest trends I see happening now, and will just continue to increase, is having text message or SMS take over any communication that e-commerce stores have with their customers. And to put it in perspective, the average open rate for emails is 10 to 15%. The average open rate for Facebook Messenger is about 80%. And the average open rate for text message or SMS is about 98%. Think about it. You get a text on your phone. Do you normally click it? Do you open it? Yes. Now, if you get a Facebook message, do you? Maybe you delete it. Most of the time, you're going to look at it. If you get an email, you probably delete more emails than you look at. And email is just going down and down and down. Facebook Messenger is doing well, but there are a lot more restrictions on Facebook Messenger because of so many more businesses and people utilizing that for marketing messages or communication with their customers, customer support. And the same thing will eventually probably happen with SMS once it grows and gets bigger. But having SMS as a means of communication, as a means of marketing, compared to email. So let's say you get a 10 to 15% open rate on email, but you're getting 98% on text. You're reaching 9 times more people just because you're using SMS instead of email. So it is a huge, huge difference. And that's also going with the mobile friendly side of things. If you're optimized for mobile and you have text, it will be a easy kind of like streamlined process for that customer. So SMS is a big one for 2021. And the next thing, a big trend for 2021 is the growth of artificial intelligence or AI and AR. And it's estimated that online sellers will spend $7.3 billion investing into the research and using artificial intelligence and AR. And the whole goal with AI and AR is to make the buying experience as easy as possible. If you guys have done any research on marketing or sales or website pages and whatnot, the best way is to have the customer take the least amount of actions. Every action you add before they have to purchase usually greatly decreases the amount of people that will convert. So if you want to buy a product, perfect example is Amazon. If you have the one-click buy now button, you click buy now and then you click confirm. and you bought a product in 2 clicks instead of having to add to cart, click continue, customize it, fill out your information, and then click purchase. There's a big difference between those two things. And by 2022, there will be over 120,000 stores using AI and AR technology. And part of the reason is it's making the online buying experience a lot easier for certain things. Like you can't try out a product online, you can't test something out, you can't see it. So having AR and being able to see that kind of stuff will help a lot. And one of the big ways AI is going to be used is to personalize the shopping experience. So it can take data and personalize a certain web page or a checkout page or show you certain products and really make it the best experience for that individual customer. And there's tons of different ways these are going to be used. And I'm really excited to see kind of the new technologies and ways bigger stores adapt this. So AI and AR are one of the big things to look out for in 2021 and something you should look at implementing or adding. The next trend for 2021 is going to be voice shopping. Now, a lot of you probably know what voice shopping is, or some of you have probably even purchased using your voice, using something like an Amazon Echo or a Dot or whatever. But it is just beginning the growth of voice shopping because it's exploded in the US and it's starting to explode elsewhere and grow a ton. The number of voice shoppers is expected to grow 55% by 2022. And the majority of this growth has come from Amazon and Amazon's Echo, or talking to Alexa and say, hey, Alexa, buy this product. And voice shopping can actually be kind of tricky for a purchaser and for a seller because they don't see the product. It searches the best product for whatever it is, if it's on, let's say, Amazon, and it will go and it will purchase that product. Now, what product it chooses, now that really depends. And optimizing for that when you are a seller can be extremely critical and beneficial, especially with the increase of voice shopping. And there will be a lot of movement and more competition for ranking for when someone says, hey, Alexa, buy this product, and ranking for that keyword and knowing, okay, what determines if Amazon puts this product for, if you say, hey, Amazon, go buy me milk, what will it pick? Will it pick this listing or this listing? And that will become a very big thing with Google Shopping, with Amazon, and ranking for those is going to become more and more important and drive more sales. So by 2025, 75% of US households will have a smart speaker where they can purchase using voice. And it's estimated that 50 billion in sales will come yearly from voice shopping. Right now, the convenience and the accuracy of this are not the best, but they are growing and getting better. And it's just going to grow into 21 and become more important. The next trend is eco-friendly. Now, this has been one for a good amount of time, but it's becoming more and more important, and more people are becoming kind of more conscious and eco-friendly. And according to some research, 65% of customers say they want to purchase from a brand that is eco-friendly and sustainable. And a lot of brands are already moving towards this, and if it's possible to do so, I would recommend doing it, not only for the environment, but in order to increase sales as well. You might lose a tiny bit of profit in the front end, whether your packaging costs more or just different ways to make the product. However, this can be a big selling point, and a lot of people will be looking for this. And a lot of big companies are already doing this. For example, Amazon pledged by 2040, they will have 0 carbon emissions. So this is something to kind of look into for 2021, see if it's possible, if it's worth doing, if it makes sense, because it is beneficial if the costs make sense. And the last trend is product customization, advanced product customization. So right now you can have a product customized. There's a lot of products that can be customized, but with more technology and 3D printing in the manufacturing process more, there's a lot more ability to do last minute customization or little advanced customization without it being a huge headache or a huge cost. And this is usually done towards the end of the product process or the checkout process. But this is something that is growing and will soon become the norm, being able to customize the packaging of a product with your name, or being able to customize the certain product. Because if you get a package with, let's say, shoes, and they just say Nike on them, great, you got Nike shoes. But what if they said Tanner's Nikes or your name's Nikes? It's a lot more of a custom and personal experience. So advanced customization is something to look into for 2021 as well. So those are the trends that are going to be increasing and things you need to look out for in 2021 when it comes to e-commerce, things to maybe think about with the mobile sales, how important that is. SMS, I'd say SMS and mobile friendly are probably the two most important ones if you are an e-commerce seller, because everything is moving that way until almost everything will be mobile, with phones being faster and just how easy it is. Making sure you're mobile friendly and using SMS is going to be critically important. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.